bumped me, but the other guy flattened me. Log truck. But yeah, it's like been kind of cool last couple of days, and been kind of wet. You know, April showers, May flowers. I'm okay with that though. Get the groundwater levels up. Like there's a little bit of ice crust at my place. That's it. Like there's almost no snow anywhere except for like on the dark side of the hill. There'll be snow there. But we didn't get a lot of snow this year, so. But I have a hunch we're going to be getting a lot of rain this year. So I noticed East Coast Canadian starting to dig chainsaws. Good for him. I could start giving advice on like you know, starting a chainsaw tree trimming service thing. There's lots to know, you know, and I'm only at one level, you know, like there's several levels to it, right? I'd like it if I could cut down trees, make a lot of money. Is that a dog with his head? Oh yeah, the little dog, he's got his head stuck out the door. Looks like he's driving. Hey, what's going on? Like I'd like it if I had like no trees bigger than that to cut. You know what I mean? But enough that you could charge a good rate to cut them, but without, you know, the real back-breaking stuff, right? The tree work, especially when you're cleaning up, it's hard. But if I get into that, one of the things I'm going to do is that girl's always running. Don't know who she is, but she's always running. But if I get into that, I'm never going to get myself a log hauler. You know, you just go and you pick up the log and you drag it out. But you can use it for the blocks, you know, big heavy blocks. A lot easier. Like, I've never been the type of guy to just try to use brute strength to do everything. Because I've always known that it was going to catch up to me, right? So I've always tried to work smarter, not harder. But even still, yeah, my body, it's taking a beating, you know what I mean? So I don't know how many more years of brute labor that I can do, right? And when that's kind of all that's kind of available, you got to find a way to do it so that you don't hurt yourself, right? And that's kind of what I try to focus on now. So you'd be surprised the type of jobs you can do without really pushing it. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean you're not working hard. You're working more strategic. And when it comes to chainsaw stuff, you know, this is why I'm always, guys, get a small saw. Like the big saws, I can understand people that can't afford big saws. I'm one of them. You know what I mean? Because big saws are expensive. But if you have the big saw, get yourself a little tiny little saw. Like almost all the guys I know around here, especially the older guys, they usually always got one big saw, you know, for falling trees. But they did everything with that one saw. Like if they had to limb up a tree like that, who wants to use a big honking saw to limb up a tree like that? You know, you just don't need that big saw for the limbs. And it's the idea of not so much that the saw is heavy, but what gets you is lifting the saw above your like above your chest level, right? And you know, with your arms way out here. Little saw don't matter. It only weighs, you know, maybe weighs 10 pounds at the most. inch. Yeah, it's a big heavy bar, but I'll have a skip chain on it for limbing. Ideally, what I would love to have is a 42 or 48 inch bar on something like the Tree Tangerine, you know, like, or like Mini Beast, but just like a really, really extremely light bar with a skip chain on it, you know, like every third link is taken out or whatever. And if I had that, that'd be like, and you just leave it as a limbing bar, like a limbing saw. That'd be awesome. That would be super duper whooper duper awesome. Now, should I go down the whole hill? I think I can go down the whole hill today. Well, it rained yesterday, so maybe I won't. He has the truck, so it's no problem for him. But I don't want to spin up the road. But anyway, all right. So I'm gonna get this job done, and there we go.